in the real estate. We have joining us to discuss this Dr. Stephen Akintayo. He's the chairman, Gtextholdings, and I know you've been hearing a lot from him. His latest move now is in the United States. He acquired about 40 acres of property in Houston, the United States, and he's giving maybe Nigerians, not just Nigerians, but investors opportunity to buy into this and also to own green property. We know now energy is very important. So when you talk about green and smart estate, and then you also look at the provision of power, then it becomes really important. Dr. Akintayo, thank you so much for your time. Good morning.
Good morning. I love your new studio.
Oh, thank you. You haven't been here in a while. You've been doing virtual.
Yeah.
You've been missing.
It's lovely. I love this.
Thank you.
This is good.
Thank you so much.
Class.
Thank you. We appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So first of all, I think we should clear the air when it comes to real estate investment, because recently in Nigeria, we had news and incidents. We've seen videos on social media about fraudulent activities around the real estate investment. Some people gave money, they don't get allocation. So this, of course, is a source of fear for, unfortunately, Nigeria is already on corruption side, and then you now have this, so what's going on? You are in the estate, what's going on? How do you assure, people who are interested in what you're doing, that it's clean, your investment is secured?
So, I have to be honest. It's easy for, and I've said this to a lot of our colleagues, it's easy for when issues happen with another company, for another company to come and say, well, we are saints, we are not like them, when in reality it's an industry issue. And sometimes it's not even about fraud or anything of such. Like in the case of the one that went viral, Lagos State got involved. It wasn't a case of fraud. It was a clear case of, you not paying all the money that was required. So what the amount the man claimed he had paid wasn't even what he paid, and he was committed to a particular amount and he had not finished paying. They cannot allocate to you.
So, or maybe perhaps the real estate company, they make this thing very juicy and people miss out the small prints, so at the end of the day, those things come up.
I think we have a fundamental issue of affordability, right, when it comes to real estate, and it's a major issue, and it's a government issue. It's not real estate developers issue, because, for example, I got a 70% institutional funding for a $150 million project, pre-approval in 24 hours, right? You won't get that in Nigeria. So literally, as an investor, I don't need to look for a whole $150 million to do a 40-acre, over 400 housing unit. No. I just need to bring maybe 30%. In fact, some people who are probably US citizens could drop as low as 5%. And you can get that entire asset. So we don't have that in Nigeria. If you want to do real estate, you have to bring the entire money. Now, that's not developers' problem, because assuming the banks also give developers, because in this case now, the investor or whoever are in charge of whoever I'm buying property from, for example, in the US, is getting his full money. But it's just that the bank will bring some, me, the investor, I bring just a token. So until CBN, the federal government look for a way to make sure that the house you are buying is the collateral. Because not this one, I have to bring my parents' certificate.
So is that why this is CATI USA and not CATI Nigeria?
Exactly. So we're having that issue where people then feel like, okay, I've paid X amount, you've not allocated to me, right? But in reality, I also can't allocate to you because I don't have the full money, right? So that is creating an issue generally in the sector. Also, we have liquidity issue generally in the sector. So it's a major challenge, in the Nigerian real estate sector, but it's largely affordability. So sometimes even developers are having to now promote, okay, deposit 50,000, you're a landlord, all those kind of stuff, because people really can't afford to pay a lot more.
And mortgage is not helping. But anyway, let's not go into all of that. Let's talk about your CATI USA,
Yes.
that you're having. Tell us about it. And interesting, for me, is when you say it is smart.
Yes.
Because, we have climate change. We know how hot it is now. And all those little things connect to, the climate change at the end of it. So tell us about it.
Yeah, so, it's a 40-acre property, and we've done a couple of open house. We had several big guests, who joined us in the US, for the open house. But we're building a one about between 400 and 500 units. We're in the approval phase, so hopefully we get approval for more than 400. And of course, it's going to be it's a community that will have its own driving range in terms of golf, aquarium, it's a mall. So you have everything. We even have an artificial lake that's going to be there, and it's green and smart. If I weren't completed, it would be the largest in US as of today.
The green and smart is very interesting. How do you hope to do that? Is it solar? Is it?
Yeah, so we're doing a combination of solar and wind energy. So if you look at the 3D, I don't know whether they're playing it, you will see surrounding the artificial lake is the wind turbine, and then on each of the roof, we kind of created like a solar farm on every of the roof, that we're having, right? So, and if we need more, we will have land to put more as well.
And this is only for the big guys.
Again, that's the beauty of the US, right? Affordability is there, right? So there's financing, there's mortgage for investing. For us, we've secured 70% institutional funding for it. It's a $150 million project. Our existing companies also put another 15%. So we created a debt syndication, filed with the US SEC, SEC, or what do they call it? Security Exchange Commission in the US. And so people are able to invest, and get returns annually.
So, but it's not just people in the US that can invest.
No, people can invest from anywhere in the world. In fact, for the housing, we've not launched that yet. That will be coming up in August, where people can now buy into the house itself. But for now, it's just raising the funds, because you need to have all your funds ready even before you start construction, right? So it's not like you start construction and not hoping, do I have enough money to finish it? No, it doesn't work that way.
Okay, so what you are calling out for now is investors,
yes,
not people who want to live.
No, for those who are buying it in August, we'll be back and we'll announce.
Okay.
For those who
what's happening in August?
Is for the launching for those who want to buy into the housing, right? So because for the housing, we're not even selling directly. We're partnering with what's their name again? They're one of the largest in terms of real estate brokerage in the US, and we had to do that because again, America is a very litigious country, right? So if you don't work with a big brokerage firm, you can have everybody who bought from you suing you over, the pipe something was wrong here, something was wrong there. So even in terms of selling the house itself, it is having to go to the number one brokerage firm in the whole of Texas, right? And so they are handling that. But we'll still do a launch of that as well.
In the US?
In the US, yes. But
aren't you encouraging Japan? I thought we're looking for how to bring people back home, bring investment back home, bring forex back home.
Yes, this is good, right? Part of the challenge, and we're not addressing this issue, part of the challenge Nigeria has is, for example, if you look at Shell, Chevron, these are American companies. That's part of the problem. They come here, they do business here, they repatriate their money back to America, right? So to even solve the FX issue, you need to have Nigerian-owned companies all over the world who are able to then bring money back to Nigeria. The Chinese are doing that, Indians are doing that.
I know Indians, they're mainstays.
Yeah.
Remittances.
Yes, we are not doing that because all our people, even when we japa, we only focus on just get a job. I'm a nurse, I'm a doctor, I'm a lawyer. And we know when we talk about, personal finance, the cash flow quadrant, how really for you to become financially free is through investment or through owning businesses. So for us, for me, this is not just about, and that's part of why we're talking about it, is to encourage our people. First of all, you don't need to close down your business in Nigeria if you want to expand internationally, like our people do. You see people shut down their business here and then relocate and then start
all over.
Ridiculous kind of job. You don't need to do that. You can go into run your business here. You can have partners, who are on ground to partner with you with what you have here, while you then see how you can expand that internationally and still grow that as well. Because, this Japa thing, we can't stop it. And if we can't stop it, how do we manage it in such a way that is adding value to us as a nation, to us as a people, and even our reputation are respected. I was saying to people, I said, if we have had enough Nigerian businesses, Trump would not have been talking to us the way he was talking, right? And that's just
because
the
he
truth.
will know how much we are contributing to the economy.
Exactly, and that was his argument. His argument wasn't that he shouldn't come to his country, it's that what are you creating jobs? Because if you are coming and because you are people of color, you are willing to take cheaper pay, right? It then means that white Americans can't get those jobs, and those jobs are going to immigrants, right? But if you are the one creating the job, now you are respected anywhere in the world. When we moved to Dubai, I was sharing the story of how we moved to Dubai. I said, can I even see, as a beginner, I was, proud, like, oh, we Nigerians were one of your biggest investors. When they gave me top 10, we're not there. Top 20, we're not there. Because even when we then do investment, we don't do it legitimately in such a way that the numbers can be captured. That, yes, this came from Nigerians. So, and that's why they treat us anyhow, because there's no data to show how much are we adding. In fact, we have not even started construction. The congresswoman gave me a congressional recognition in Houston, last month during our conference there. But that tells you that's what they want to see. They want to see people coming in, creating jobs, bringing opportunities, and that's really what
So you are representative.
We are ambassador. Even though they don't give me an award in Nigeria with all that we have done, but they're giving us even before we start construction. But again, it's part of what I hope Nigeria evolves into. That our politicians know that entrepreneurs are your partners. If there is no job, you are in trouble. It's not that the day they see me on TV now, they start sending me tax letter. We need to understand how, it's a symbiotic relationship between entrepreneurs and politicians. We need each other to grow the nation.
All right, Dr. Akintayo, I wish you the very best. We know that it doesn't matter what it looks like. Nigerians are survivors. You have a lot of Nigerians coming to you.
I know.
And not the government coming for
I know.
All right, Dr. Stephen Akintayo, thank you so much, Chairman of Gtextholdings. Thank you for your time.
I appreciate it.
All righty. All right, now, just before we go, I'll hand over back to the Sunrise Daily team.